Hello, my name is Dawn from Infinite You Life Coaching, and welcome to today's approximate 1 hour yin yoga to wake up the body. By waking up the body through yin, we're going to be waking up every little piece using our breath. So, really breathing into the areas we're working on, thinking about every in breath, bringing in life and energy, and every exhale, letting go of the heavy, of what no longer serves you. If you happen to have a yoga bolster, I will be using a bolster today. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a firm pillow or maybe several stacked pillows together. Though one of the poses today, definitely a firm pillow would be better. I also have a set of blocks and a rolled up blanket, or you could also use a rolled up beach towel. So let's go ahead and get into a comfortable position on the mat. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Hands can be rested palm down onto your knee. Palm down is a way to help us ground and connect with our body. And just begin noticing your sit bones touching the mat, maybe where your feet and legs are touching the mat. Feel the weight of your body just being supported by the floor, that you're in a safe place. Your spine is nice and tall. Your shoulders are relaxed. Maybe even bring them up to your ears and having them move backwards and then just allowing them to relax down. Breathing into your neck and your shoulder area and letting them relax on an exhale. Really just getting in touch with your body, noticing your breath, noticing how your breath causes your chest to move and your belly to move. But it doesn't stop there. Maybe with each inhale, your nostrils flare slightly. And you can notice the coolness of your breath as you breathe in. And feeling that breath expand your chest and your belly. And then the warmth of that breath as it moves out, as your belly then moves back inward. And continue to watch your breath. Maybe feeling the world around you slow down as you come in touch with that world within. And when you're ready, you can flutter your eyes open. And we're going to come into our first pose. For our first pose, this is when we're going to be using our rolled up blanket. We're actually going to be keeping the same position, but we're going to undo our legs to put the blanket in front of us and then recross into that easy pose. Now just getting into a comfortable position. Once you feel like you've found where the blanket feels comfortable, just sitting up nice and tall. Imagine that string pulling your spine up to the sky. And let's take an inhale. We're moving into our first yin pose. So as you walk your hand out, we'll be holding this pose for approximately 4 minutes. And then if this is as far as you can go, you could always take your bolster and lay it in your lap just to give you some support so that you can then release your body in front of you. If you're in that position and you feel like you could walk your elbows down to the floor, you could always either use the bolster or a block in front of you to rest your forehead on. If your forehead goes to the floor, that's great too. Or if it feels good, just to let your neck release. So you do have some curve in your spine here. And we'll take this pose for 2 minutes on one side, and then we're going to cross our feet in the opposite direction. So as we're in this pose, and this goes for every pose that we're going to do today, I just want you to breathe into where you feel sensation. Breathing into your lower back, into the thigh that has a little bit more sensation here. If they both have equal, breathing into both. Breathing in that lightness, that positivity, even just a sense of wakefulness. And then also breathing into those areas where you feel sensation of just contact, where your forehead is touching the block, if you're using a block. Or if you're not using the block, that curve of your spine, where you feel sensation there. Notice your sit bones. Can you breathe into your sit bones? And allowing every exhale just to be the opportunity to soften, to let go of what's heavy. And just breathe. In this stillness, we're not looking to allow our body to sleep. We're looking to become aware of our body. And if it feels comfortable for you, and you only feel sensation on one leg, you could then take the bottom leg or the leg behind and put it in front. You might need to readjust your blanket or towel. And then coming down again. Same as before, just allowing. Noticing where you feel sensation and bringing your breath into that area. Waking that area up. Giving that area your love and support. Maybe with every inhale you have an affirmation. I'm here for you. Just breathe. You're allowing this pose and accepting what you feel, but also listening. If you've gone too far, you can back out. Or if it's uncomfortable, you can take a different version of this pose. This is your practice. It's always up to you. Always listening to your body.
We'll take 2 more deep breaths here. So a long, slow, deep breath in, breathing into that sensation. And letting go of anything heavy on your exhale. Again, a long, slow, deep breath in, light, healing energy. And just soften on the exhale. And when it feels comfortable, start putting pressure into your palms as you walk yourself back, removing the bolster if you were using the bolster. And then you can also remove the blanket and set that aside, and the block. And then remaining in our easy pose, this time we're just going to come into a seated cow position. So we just saw our back curved behind us. Now we're going to take a gentle back bend. So inhaling and exhaling here, just normal breath. Maybe making your exhale just slightly longer. Opening your heart. And in poses, or really in any pose, I find it beneficial to add just little slight movements so that you're not targeting just one area of the muscle. They're very subtle movements, and always listening to my body, but just allowing my body to get more benefit by touching different areas of that same muscle. The next pose, we're going to be coming into a seated goddess. So keeping where you are, we're just going to put our hands forward and not come into a tabletop, but just taking your left leg out to the side and then sitting back down on your right heel. So adjusting your left leg so that you're finding that comfortable position. Then we'll just come into a prayer pose, a prayer mudra rather. Your left elbow can be pushing into that left leg. Your spine is nice and tall. And you're just going to breathe. This is our next yin pose, so this will be a 2-minute hold. You're just noticing any sensation. Remember, you're looking in yin to find where you feel it, where you feel that stretch, and then maybe backing off just a little bit. And maybe feeling this stretch in your inner thigh and your groin. Really breathing into that area, bringing in that sense of wakefulness, gratitude, and love. Again, maybe adding an affirmation. I allow you to be awake. I give you so much healing. I'm so grateful that you're a part of my body. And I love you. Allow that energy to flow in on every inhale. And with every exhale, just softening and letting go of any kind of constriction, any kind of tightness, heaviness. We'll take a long, slow, deep breath in here. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And allow your body to really soften and ground down on the exhale, maintaining that tall spine. from here, as we gently come out of this pose, just allowing your hands to come down to the floor, maybe pushing into that left foot. And we're going to come back into our easy pose just to reset so we can come to the other side. So palms down, now taking your right foot, excuse me, Chanel. Now taking my right foot and putting that flat down on the mat. And from here, you're seated on your left foot. So just finding the opening where you begin to feel some sensation. Once you're where you're comfortable, again, bring our hands into our prayer position at our hearts. That right elbow is pushing into the right thigh. Not hard, just there, present. And from here, that nice tall spine, allowing every muscle you're not using to soften. Again, we'll be here for 2 minutes. So finding that stretching sensation and breathing into it. Breathing in life, healing, happiness. Exhaling any kind of constriction or heaviness. Letting that area know that you see it and you're grateful for it. And seeing if you can relax the parts of your body that don't need to be used right now, which can be very beneficial when you're trying to relax an area that's harder to relax due to sensation. So even softening your eyes and your face and your mouth. Just breathe. Maybe bringing in that affirmation. It's whatever works for you. And we'll take a long, slow, deep breath here. And gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And let it go ever so gently. And when you're ready, we'll bring our palms down to the ground. This time we're going to just shift that foot underneath forward and coming into just a gentle windshield wiper, just releasing our legs, our hips, and our lower back. Continuing to breathe as you windshield wipe. And from here we're going to come into a wide-legged seated stretch. So it's up to you. How wide do you want to go? You could just simply even keep your legs bent here if that's as wide as you would like to go. But allowing yourself to come into a wide-legged seat. Again, it's okay to have your knees bent. If you wanted to take a couple of rolled blankets or maybe a block under each leg just to help support, you can do that. From here, we're going to be using our bolster. So your bolster, so depending on how you want to sit, I'm just going to put myself at slightly an angle here so that you can see. If you can get sensation with your knees bent, we'll be holding this pose for 4 minutes. So being sure you find something that's comfortable, you can allow your bolster to support your head as you come down. If your bolster isn't sturdy enough for that, we had talked about earlier, having a nice sturdy pillow. The other option would be to go ahead and have the bolster in front of you. And in that case, I would definitely
take some blocks and stick them underneath your legs. So looking for sensation in your thighs, just finding how far that you want to go down. So once you find that position, we're going to hold that. So I think I'm going to take this position today. I'm going to allow my head to just hang loose. You could also put a blanket or something like that on your arms to bring that up higher. So if I wanted to do that, just allowing my arms to comfortably rest on my pillow and then bringing my head down to the pillow. So you have a lot of options here. I'm just going to allow my palms to be up on the floor and head to hang heavy. And just breathe. If you find during the pose that you think you could remove the blocks, that is a very intentional movement to deepen our pose, and that's okay. If you find that you didn't use blocks and that you'd like to add them because it's too much, and go ahead and add those blocks. You don't want to stay in a yin pose that's too much of a stretch because your body's unable to soften. You want to feel sensation, but allow it to soften through that sensation. So just breathe. Breathing in that wakefulness, that aliveness, healthiness. Exhaling any heaviness or what no longer serves you. Maybe bringing in an affirmation. It's your practice, you get to decide. Continue to breathe in and soften as you breathe out. Notice how your body softens as time goes on. So allowing that opportunity to go a little deeper. I'm removing my props just to let my body hang a little lower. In our final minute of the pose. And just soften on every exhale.
We'll take a long, slow, deep breath in, breathing into that sensation. And ever so gently let that go, softening as you exhale. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so slowly let that go. And when it feels comfortable, we're going to walk ourselves back up to a seated position. Let's take a nice tall spine, feeling your sit bones ground as your head rises up to the sky. And from here, we're just going to take either a baby cobra or an upward facing dog, just to take our body in a different position. So let's go ahead and scoot back, coming into a kneeling position. And we'll just walk our hands forward, drop our hips. And if you want to allow your hips to be all the way on the floor or lower your arms, you can. Or you can take your thighs off the floor and just breathe. Maybe looking over your left shoulder. And then your right. Actually, I think I'm going to do that again because it feels good. And then from here, we'll come into a tabletop position. We're going to be coming into our sleeping swan. So let's go ahead and bring our left knee up to our left thumb, and then taking the angle that feels most comfortable with your foot. So maybe you want your leg at a 90-degree angle, but the closer your heel is to your body, the less sensation you should feel. If you're having your left hip not touching the floor, you can always take a blanket or a block and stick it under there. And then from there, you can walk your body down onto your elbows if that's comfortable. You can always take your bolster and let your body relax over your bolster. Or you can take your head all the way to your mat. And whichever position you choose, you're looking to feel sensation, but not so sensation that is so deep that you can't relax. And then just breathe. Breathe into that sensation. Feel that whole area open up and awaken. And exhale all the constriction, all the tightness and tension. We do hold a lot of stress in our hips, so as we open our glutes and our hips and hold this pose for 4 minutes, you may find that you begin to feel an emotion. For some, they may even come to tears as they release that negative energy, trapped energy. So just breathe. Know that nothing has to happen other than being present with your body, offering your body love and support. Know that if there's a part of your body that is under a lot of tension, that rather than have negativity toward that area, we can bring in love, we can bring in healing. How we talk to our body really matters. So really feel every breath in, bringing in love and healing to the sensation that you're feeling. Allow any negative energy to be released. You don't need to know what it is. You just need to feel it and let it go. Allow it. Allow it to finish what it started. See if you can relax your eyes, your mouth, your jaw. Can you soften your shoulders and your back? Allow every part of your body to just soften. And we'll take in a long, slow, deep breath in here. And let that go ever so slowly. Another long, slow, deep breath in of love and healing energy. And just soften on the exhale. And when it feels comfortable, you can push into your hands as you come back into a tabletop position. If you were using the rolled blanket, you can set that aside. And now we're just going to take our right knee up to our right thumb. Again, allowing your heel to be closer to your body to reduce sensation, and you can open that knee more to a 90-degree angle to increase sensation. And once you have it where you want it, maybe putting that rolled up blanket underneath your right hip, allowing your body to just relax down into that position. And for the last pose, I actually took my two fists on top of each other as my support. You could always use your bolster or a block, or if you don't have the rolled blanket under your hip, you could always put it under your forehead. And allow your body to settle. Always using these first few 30 seconds or so of the pose to make sure that you're comfortable so that you're not fidgety. Finding comfort. And once you think you're there, you just breathe. Breathe and soften. Again, it can be helpful to relax your forehead, your eyes, allowing your mouth to just let go, be heavy. Allow gravity to pull down on all those relaxed parts of your body. Allowing your jaw to relax and your shoulders to soften. Feel your body just surrendering to gravity. Breathing in that healing, positive energy. And breathing out all that no longer serves you. Breathing in those positive affirmations of love and gratitude. And exhaling any tension, any negative energy that might be trapped. If your mind wanders, come back to your breath. Come back to the sensation of the stretch. Know that your breath is always an anchor to your inner peace. If I can find my breath, I can find the peace that's within. I can touch the love in my heart. I can touch my own groundedness. Just breathe. And every exhale brings this opportunity to let go just a little more. There's no forcing. It's just softening. It's just accepting where you are. Allowing gravity to take its course. Give your body permission to let go. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And just soften and surrender as you exhale. And when it feels comfortable, you can start pushing into your palms and allowing yourself to come up. If you had a rolled up blanket, we're just going to set that off to the side. We're just going to come in a very restorative child's pose. So just allowing your head to come down to the mat. And maybe arms are coming behind you. So the tops of your hands are by your feet. And your forehead is on the mat. And let everything go. Just relax. Be heavy. Feel your belly as you inhale, pushing into your thighs. Feel your forehead just surrendering to the mat. See where else in your body you can let go. Maybe gently moving your hips side to side. And when you feel ready, just taking your palms and pushing into the floor. And we're just going to come into a tabletop position. So for this next pose, we'll do 2 minutes on each side. But we're just going to go ahead and do different variations, or you get to choose which variation you'd like to do of a thread the needle. So we're going to start in child's pose. You can go back into child's pose if you'd like to for a very restorative version of this. So the first version would be child's pose, where you can thread your arm underneath and then rest your head on the floor. The next version would be to be in a tabletop, to thread your left arm under your right, bringing your forehead to the floor. And you would just either keep your right palm by your face or extend that right palm forward. The next version of that would be, I'm going to extend my left arm underneath. And then I'm going to take my right foot and just put it out to the side. And if that feels comfortable for you, and you could always put your arm out in front of you. The last version of this is called rolling panda. And from here, so your hand and your foot are fairly close together here, you're just going to allow your body to begin to open, allowing your shoulder to drop down. And I find that if I take my left leg and allow it to kind of kickstand, I can actually bring my shoulders down a little bit more. And it's about being in a position where you can soften. So if rolling panda is too deep for you, then you can try coming back to just having your right leg out to the side, right arm forward. If that's too much, you can always come back into that thread the needle from tabletop. And if even that feels a little much today, you could always come down into a child's pose version. Wherever you are, know that you're right where you're supposed to be. It's about feeling the sensation, not too deeply, but if you feel something, you're causing that area to soften and relax. You're giving that area attention, your focus, your awareness. So wherever you are, just breathe. Breathe into the sensation. And we'll take a long, slow, deep breath here. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And just surrender on the exhale. And when you're ready, you can unthread your arm if you were in rolling panda, coming back, unwinding yourself. And now we're just going to take that to the other side. So you can take the same version on the other side, or maybe you need to back step on the next one. So if you were in rolling panda, maybe that's too much for this shoulder. So let's begin. If you want to take the child's pose version, you would put your bottom on your heels, thread your right arm underneath your left, and extend your left arm forward. If you feel like you want to go a little deeper, coming up to tabletop, threading your right arm underneath, allowing your right cheek to come to the mat, right temple, taking that left arm forward. If you want to go a step further, taking that left foot out to the side with that same position. And if you're wanting to come into rolling panda, like I said, I like to kickstand my back leg towards, so my right leg a little bit towards my left. And then start allowing your shoulders and your heart space to open. You get to decide how far you go. Just welcoming in sensation. And it'll be 2 minutes from here. Just breathe. Allowing gravity to bring awareness to that area of your body. As you breathe in, breathing in pure, positive, healing energy. And just allow your body to soften. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And gently release that breath. If you're in rolling panda, you're going to unwind your body and then come back into more of a kneeling position. From here, we're just going to cross our arms in front of us as we release our body down to the floor. So coming into a crocodile pose. Nothing to hold up here, just let it all go. And then just bring a little more stretch, not a yin pose, but we're going to take our left arm out to the side, bring it into a 90-degree angle. Your elbow should be in line with your shoulder. And then either just pushing into your right hand and allowing your body to roll up onto your left side, or you could bend your right foot up in the air, having your right hand by your shoulder and just pushing into your right palm as you rotate your lower torso, your lower body to the other side. You might just have toes up here. If even that is too much, you just bring your legs back into a stacked position. So wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. Like I said, this is not a yin pose. We're just going to take it just to open up that front area. Let's go ahead and take that to the other side. So maybe coming back up onto your elbows, taking your right arm, coming into a cactus position, having your right elbow in line with your right shoulder. From here, you're going to take your right cheek to the mat. Taking your left hand, you could just stack your whole body just that way. Or you could bend that left leg and then push into your left hand to bring your body to the other side. You can always adjust your arm if it feels like your positioning is not just right. Breathing into that shoulder, that pec area. We'll take one more breath here. And then releasing yourself back to center. We're just going to push our bodies up and come into another restorative child's pose. Again, it's your choice this time, or any time, really. If you want to put your hands behind you, or if you want to extend your arms out in front of you. So maybe play with it and see what feels good. With your arms behind you, you really get a complete release of the shoulders. Arms in front of you, you're adding in that stretch. And just breathe. And when you're ready, we're just gonna come up into a tabletop, walk our knees forward, maybe cross our feet so that we can then lay onto our backs. So find a comfortable supine position. We're going to begin just by having our feet together. Arms can be at your side. Allow your body to settle. Maybe notice some of the sensations flowing through your legs after coming out of a child's pose, or maybe even in your arms from our last yin pose. From there, we're just going to bend our left foot and bring our heel as close as we can to our bottom. Once you're there, we're going to let the knee fall out so that the sole of your foot is coming in towards your thigh. So we're in this supine tree pose. If it's uncomfortable in this position, you could always release your foot further away from your bottom, moving more towards your knee. If you wanted to, you could also put your leg closer to your calf. But usually in supine position, we can find a comfortable position here, though we may want to support maybe taking that rolled blanket or a block, even the bolster, underneath that left knee. Once you're in this position, we're going to hold it for 2 minutes. And there's nothing to hold up here. It's complete surrender. Maybe begin noticing the points of your body that are touching the floor. Noticing any sensation you might have in your inner thigh or that left hip. Breathing into that sensation. Bringing in all that positive healing energy. And on the exhale, letting go of all that no longer serves you. Letting go of any held tension you might be having right now. We do have so much habitual tension that we hold all the time. Just let go. Continuing to watch your breath, breathing into sensation, and allowing that exhale to take away all that doesn't belong there. Just breathe. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And you could choose to stay here, or you could take your left ankle and just bring it up on top of your right thigh, just above your knee. And then you would bend your right knee, coming into this supine figure 4, maybe adjusting your hips a little. You could stay here with that left foot flexed, or you could bring that leg up. If it feels comfortable, you could always bring your fingers and interlace them just behind that right thigh. And here, just allowing gravity to pull that leg in. Maybe bringing your hips and lower, just allowing them to just kind of shift onto that right hip. So my left hip is still in contact with the floor, but I'm allowing my right foot to tip a little bit, and my right knee and my left foot kind of tipping to the right side. Just noticing if the sensation feels any different there. A lot of times if we move our pose just a little bit, we come into a different portion of the muscle, which gives us the opportunity to soften in more places. Again, we're just listening to our bodies and giving them what they need. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And from here, we're going to release that thigh if you had your leg bent. If your foot was still on the floor, you're going to come up into this position where the right calf and shin is parallel to the floor. Let me take an inhale, and then just allow that left foot and right leg to come rest on the floor. If you'd like to put the bolster next to you so that the floor is closer, you can totally do that. Your gaze can be up to the sky, or you can take your gaze to your left hand. We're going to hold this position for 4 minutes. And just allow your body to soften. Notice any sensations and breathe into them. Breathe in that love. Breathe in those affirmations and positive energy. And let it all go on the exhale. Tell yourself it's okay to let go. If at any point this position feels uncomfortable, you could always release that left foot and just stack it on the right. Remember, you never need permission to change your pose. If your body is telling you this is not the right pose, then take a different one. Continuing to allow your breath to welcome this softening to every part of your body. And we're going to take a long, slow, deep breath in here. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And surrender on that exhale. When it feels comfortable, we're going to come back so that our legs are extended out. Maybe taking a long stretch here. And when you're ready, we're going to come to that supine tree pose on the other side. So again, bringing your right sole, your right heel, as close as you can to your glute. And then from there, allowing your knee to fall away. Your arms can be as wide or high or low as feels comfortable. If you need to adjust the placement of your foot further away from your glute, you can. If you want to prop underneath your knee, that is also an option. And we'll hold this for 2 minutes. And just let go here.
Feel your body release a little more on every exhale. Just surrender. And from here, we're just going to take that right knee back up so that your right sole's on the floor. Take the right ankle on top of that left thigh, just above your knee. Maybe staying here or bending your left knee and bringing your left foot to the mat. You can always stay here, or then lifting that left foot off the floor, possibly threading your arm so that you can interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. And just noticing how it feels to maybe slightly micro move your body a little bit from side to side, just trying to find the area that needs that opening the most. And allow your body to soften while keeping the structure that we've set up. Just breathe. Breathing into any sensation, and letting it all go on the exhale. And from here, we're just going to allow our knees to be at a 90-degree angle. So your left shin is now parallel to the mat. So if your foot was on the floor, you're raising it up. If you had pulled your knee in anyway, you're going to allow that to relax. And then we're just going to allow that right foot to move down towards the floor while it keeps contact with the left leg. Now, if this is too much, just grab that bolster, a blanket, pillow of some kind, just to support that leg. And remembering, if at any point it becomes too much, you can always just stack that right leg on top of the left. Gaze can be up to the ceiling or to your right fingertips. Try to allow your body to soften. It can be helpful to soften your eyes and your face, your jaw.
Can you bring relaxation into your shoulder blades and your shoulders, allowing your back to just release. Your legs don't need to be held in this position now. That left leg can just relax into the floor. As your right foot relaxes into the floor. Just soften. Continuing to allow your breath to bring in that positive healing energy, and allowing every exhale to welcome a little more release, a little more softening, surrendering to the floor, to the mat, to gravity. Really connecting with your breath. Feeling that cool air move in and bring in that positive energy. Maybe envisioning it as white healing light, guiding that healing light to the sensation, to that area that we're opening up. And just surrender on the exhale. Let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. And ever so gently let that go. Another long, slow, deep breath in. And just let it all go. And I now welcome you to unwind and find your Shavasana pose. So maybe you want feet extended, arms out to your side. Maybe you want to use a prop under your knees just to bring a little of that pressure off of your lower back. Or you could even bring your feet as wide as your mat and allow your knees to move in towards each other for some constructive rest. Whatever feels right for you today. And as we enter our Shavasana, we allow our bodies to let go. Releasing any tension you might have in your scalp and in your forehead and temples. Releasing any tension in the back of your head. Allowing your eyes to be so heavy. Allowing your cheeks and your mouth to soften. Maybe even opening your mouth a little just to encourage relaxation. Allowing your jaw just to flow and sink down into your neck. Allowing your ears to be heavy and your neck to melt into the mat. Allowing your shoulders to soften. Just let them let go. Feeling your spine, welcoming gravity as it also relaxes. Feeling all of your heart and your organs sinking down.
Your glutes sometimes need permission to soften. So welcome that softening. Allow them to relax. Allow them to surrender. Allowing your hips to be so heavy. Your legs and your arms just sinking down into the ground. And as your body is now letting go, allow your mind to let go too. Allow all the poses we took today to just settle into your body. Maybe you can feel the after effects, the energy in certain areas of your body. Allow that. Allow your breath to take its normal pattern. No need to change it. And if thoughts should come into your head, it's okay. Allow them. But also allow them to move on. If you found that you've entered into a thought, label it as such. Say, this is just a thought, and let it go. It's just thinking.
ever so slowly start deepening our breath. Notice your diaphragm opening up as you breathe in, maybe extending your belly, your chest, bringing these initial movements after our Shavasana from our inside out. Maybe even noticing that as you breathe in and as your diaphragm expands, you could feel it in so many parts of your body. Just being aware of how your breath affects all of your core, even beyond that. Maybe bringing some gentle motion to your fingers and your toes, rocking your feet and your hands side to side, maybe even bringing your head side to side. And when it feels comfortable, maybe leaving your eyes softened or closed, allowing your body to roll onto a comfortable side. And once you're in that comfortable position, just take a few deep breaths here. Again, just noticing the universe within. Noticing how you may have sensation in your body in places you did not before, that you've brought your awareness maybe into your toes, into your hips, into the random places of your body that don't normally get your attention. When it feels comfortable, you can bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Again, eyes can remain closed or softened. And from here, just allow your palms to come up on your knees rather. A nice tall spine. Again, noticing your sit bones being supported by the mat. And notice any sensations in your body, just like we just did on our side. How we've awakened so many cells. And as we awaken these cells, we can then extend them love and healing. Being kind to your body in our practice enables you to be kind to your body off the mat. In those times that you may feel stressed in the day or tired, connect to your breath. Connect to that anchor to bring you peace, to bring awareness to your breath. And as you bring awareness to your breath, bring that breath into the different parts of your body. You get to choose how you feel. And by speaking to your cells this way, helps you to lean in that direction, to lean into peace, to lean into feeling good, and to lean into feeling loved. It all comes from within. Let's take our palms out to the side as we take a long, slow, deep breath in, bringing our palms to touch. Exhale, just scooping down any positive energy and just washing yourself with it. Hands back to heart center. Do that one more time. Inhale as you put your palms out to the side, scooping up all that positive healing energy. Palms touch and allow that energy to come down. Absorb it into your skin, into your heart, to your whole body. And then bow your head down to your heart, thanking yourself for showing up on the mat today.
knowing that there's so much benefit every time you show up. That these practices that we do day to day on our mat carry through to how we live our life, how we treat ourselves and how we treat others. So feel that love within you, feel that presence and that wakefulness, and step out into your world today with love. Namaste.